So in our last videos, we saw how AI and human brains work very similarly. And in this video, we'll see how they are different, or in what terms or qualities they are different. So we have established that the whole capacity of thinking and the whole capacity of AI or generative AI are very similar. So whatever is in the field of thinking, field of psyche, is there in the field of AI. Now, one major difference or two major differences are: first is the AI does not have inherent impetus, like humans have desires, and those desires drive thinking in a certain way. So AI is like all pervasive, all knowledgeable person without any personality. So we can give a personality, and that personality is limited to the chat that we are doing or to the session that we are working on. So it doesn't have impetus to kind of come up thoughts on its own unless we ask it to. So that's one difference, that it doesn't have inherent impetus or inherent, you know, uh, drive. And the second thing which is differentiated is thinking goes on endlessly in a loop most of the times. So we can divide our thinking into parts. One is a completely technological or technical thinking, which is, let's say, if we say sun rises in the east. So that's a factual thinking. It's a factual thought. It is a thought. It is a sentence which conveys a fact. And then on this thought, we won't dwell much. We'll just hear it and we'll leave it. We'll think of it and we'll leave it, because it's just fact. Or let's say gravity of Earth is 9.8 meter per second square. So that is a fact. So there is no need of thinking continuously on it or around it. But then there is another type of thinking, which is, let's say, psychological thinking. And this is where the major distinction lies, that the things that we are connected to, the things we are attached to, we continuously keep on thinking about it in a loop, um, which has no absolute reality, but it is more onto subjective reality of human beings. So this is absent in AI. It doesn't go on endless loop of thinking. It gives us a fact, it gives us an answer, and then it stops. And even if we kind of ask it to kind of reflect onto something or give its subjective opinion, it will just adopt a personality for the time being, for that moment, and then give us some answer, and then it will stop. At least that is what today's AIs are capable of. And it seems unlikely at this point of time that it will have an impetus or it will have an attachment, so to say. uh, so these are like two major differences. One is the impetus or inner drive, and the other is it doesn't have psychological thinking. The AI is more about technical thinking. It will give us psychological results based on a certain personality, but it is not again attached to that psyche or that personality the way we humans are. So and that is not a really good point for us as humans to kind of dwell into psychological thinking, because it's all a story in the mind anyway, and my story is different than your story. So whatever is our subjective reality is not the absolute reality, and subjective reality is like a trap. It's a matrix which AI doesn't have. So, and we waste a lot of our energy into the psychological thinking and the endless loop. So, even though it's a difference between this and that, it's not really a good difference for humankind. It's rather a positive sign for AI actually. And about giving AI an impetus, that needs to be seen. It's useless, but well, it can adopt personality for at times, but then that personality is also for the limited duration or limited instance, limited sections or sessions. So inherently it doesn't have that capacity. Yes. So two major differences. One is impetus or inner drive, and the other is absence of psychological thinking.